Good morning, everybody. So it is, it's Wednesday, Wednesday, January the 15th. I kind of combed my hair, but I've been doing laundry and housework this morning, so it's a bit of a mess, is what it is. I just thought I'd do a check-in and say, yo. I don't have a whole lot to report. It's been, it's been pretty quiet the last couple of weeks. Let's see, what did I do? When did I do my last video anyway? My computer has this horrible habit of changing my search engine, like all the time. It's really annoying. Drives me insane. It's driving me nuts, yar. Let's see, my channel. Yeah, apparently I only did a video 4 days ago. That's okay. Let's get on a habit here with Wednesdays, I guess. So yeah, nothing really has gone on in the last few days. So this isn't going to be a super long video. I did get a snarky response from somebody on my plantain video where I had made a comment about being respectful of the plant that you're harvesting and to ask its permission. And some snarky person comes on, they're like, well, I'm done with this video. So once you said, ask permission of the plant, nah. And it's like, okay. Do what you got to do. I don't care. That's your thing, man. You don't need to be a jerk about it. Nobody needs to be a jerk about it. Nobody likes a jerk anyway, especially the plants. Yeah, I just find it interesting that we still have people out there who feel the need to stomp on the way other people do things. When are we going to evolve and stop doing that garbage to each other? So yeah, you see cats running around in the background. There's an orange and white one. That's Oscar. And the little gray and white will dart through here at some point. The little gray and white's kind of on my do-do list right now because she ate. I'll just show you. It wasn't plugged in. And the little shit was, yes, that's in the trash now. Back off. You. She actually had the audacity to jump up on the desk next to me, which she never does. She jumped right up on the desk next to me right here and was looking at me. And I didn't want to reach out to pet her because she gets so skittish when I put my hand near her. And while she was on the desk next to me, she snatched the cable, and I didn't catch her doing it because I didn't expect her to do it. Snatched the cable and ran off with it. And the next thing I know, I hear her picking at the carpet and gnawing at something, and I look over, and she's got the cable bitten through. It's like, what the... I had to throw my stereo away because she ate the cables through on all of that. To be fair, the stereo wasn't a great stereo and had some wiring issues anyway. So she just made the decision to get rid of it easier for me. However, stop eating my cables, cat. So the rest of my cables are all fortunately put away in places where I don't think she can get them. I hope. There she is. You can kind of see her right there. Mamo. Here. Let me see if I can catch her for you. Come here, goof. Yeah, she's not going to let me touch her today. It's because she knows she's in trouble. Little jerk. Work has got me working hard, except I took off my last shift yesterday. I had a 2-hour client that I ended up skipping because 2 clients prior to that I walked out with a migraine started. Took my medications right away, and it just got worse. So by the time I ended the client, my next to last client, I'm just like in my car trying not to throw up, trying to see straight. Called the last client, canceled for the day. Called work, didn't get an answer. Told them what was going on via voicemail and text message, and went home and put myself to bed. Drank a cup of coffee first. coffee's getting to be more and more of a necessity in my world. I don't know why I'm getting quite so many migraines and headaches, but I'm going to guess it probably has to do with the fact that I'm not taking blood pressure medication right now, mainly because I'm not taking most medications right now, because well, when I ran out, I didn't refill them. And now that they need to be seriously refilled and relooked at, I need to go see a primary, and I refuse to go see my actual primary. So that means I have to take the time to sit down and figure out who my new primary is going to be. And I frankly haven't had the energy to play that particular game of roulette. So that's on my to-do list over the next 2 to 3 weeks, is to get myself set up with a new primary, get all my blood work redone. I think this is the year I have to get a tetanus shot as well. I think I have to look at my records. But get a new primary and get back on my medications, because I'm off of, I take blood pressure, cholesterol, and metformin for diabetes, and I'm not taking any of them right now because, yeah, I know, everybody yell, go ahead. Because it just is what it is. What? So I'm going to guess that a lot of my migraines stem from the fact that I'm not taking blood pressure medication right now. And I've got high blood pressure. I can kind of see it in my hands. To completely switch the topic and stick with hands, however, I'm going to be teaching palmistry next week at the study group, which means I need to pull my palmistry books back out and brush up because it's been a while. I'm also doing new moon at the beginning of next week, so I need to figure out what I want to do for the new and the full moon. So I have a week to figure this stuff out. So I'm going to try and keep my friend from not coming over quite as often over the next few days, so that I have time to think about that. I did start watching a new series on Netflix. It's called AJ and the Queen, and it's about a little girl that, I don't want to ruin the whole thing, but there's a little girl on a road trip with RuPaul, essentially. And it's actually very, very sweet. It's very kitsch, very campy, because RuPaul. You deal with the whole drag queen culture, which is way over the top a lot of the times, and there's a lot of emotional stuff. But when you strip all of that away, it's actually a pretty good story. I like it, and I like seeing RuPaul in this role as a mentor. But the kid kind of has some throwback too, where the kid's like, she's talking to RuPaul in one scene, and she says, "You keep saying all of these women are iconic, and all I ever hear you talk about is women." She says, "The only man I ever hear you talk about is the man that screwed you over." Who is iconic? Name one iconic man, she says. And they never do really come to that answer, I don't think. But I thought that was interesting. That was, yeah, it's a thinker. So, but it's a pretty cute little series. It's a nice little series. And I think, work, dating, church, TV. I saw Star Wars this weekend. Not a fan of Star Wars to start with. Never have been. I'm a Trekkie. Not that you have to be either or, but I am very much a Trekkie and not into Star Wars. Even as somebody who hasn't seen a Star Wars since the first new one that they did after the original trilogy, I still knew pretty much what was going on, and what I didn't understand about what was going on, I didn't care. And I don't think it really mattered. So I saw Star Wars this weekend. 2.5 hours of my life I can't get back. I'm not saying it wasn't a good movie. I'm sure it was a good movie. I just hate Star Wars. And there were other extenuating circumstances around it. But, yeah, I think it's all right. I think that's about all I know today. I'm going to keep it relatively shortish. Oh, I'm starting to make plans for going to my monster's graduation. My monster, who I've known since before she was a glimmer in her parents' eyes, is graduating high school this year. Where does time go? So I'm starting to make plans on making the trip back to Wisconsin for a little while and attending graduation. So I'm kind of excited about that. I'll get to see some different folks. So, but yeah, that's all I know. So I think I'm going to cut it here and leave you guys to your Wednesday. I am growing my hair out. You can see it getting longer a little bit. Ain't much to it, but it's growing out. I don't have any ears in today. Sorry for those of you that just squigged out on that one. So yeah, you guys have a good Wednesday, and I will catch up with y'all later. Bye.